got set up for the Kansas City Japan Festival. I know that's not the full name of it. My brain just coming. I had the whole thing right now before I was about to start recording the video, and then it just left my freaking head. Nonetheless, this is probably the nicest, biggest setup I've done in a while for a booth, and it's really pretty cool. It's interesting how it's set up since it's happening here at the Johnson County Community College. Every single one of the vendors is put into separate rooms. So let me show you at least what my setup looks like and go from there. Okay, so here I'm walking in, there's the banner. So this is a really cool building. They had nice decoration up about it and everything is really cool. This is the front area that you come in through whenever the show is happening. I guess the overall attendance for this is somewhere between 4,000 to 6,000 people. So load in was pretty easy. Thank God I found I had forgotten my little dolly. And I was like, oh my God. And this stuff, like the one bin there is medium sized, but it is filled to the hilt with all the stuff that I normally pack in my walls. All this other stuff is on there. So that was great. I was really happy for that. So it's kind of weird. So this is the room I'm in right here, which is great. I'm in there with Otaku Gardens. I don't know what that's about. I think maybe it's a garden vendor. I don't know. I set up on my side. I had to get this thing through this stupid door. It barely fit. I was so happy it did though, because that was going to be pain carrying that around. So here's my thing set up. So let me just kind of show you some of the artwork that I've had. I know I've done videos in the past about the different artwork I have. All of my stuff is based on and inspired by Japanese robots, shadow puppetry. This is stuff I grew up on. For those of you that haven't heard this story already, my father was in the military, so I ended up, my first formative years, 1st through 3rd grade, was in Italy, and I grew up watching anime that was dubbed in Italian, which was an interesting way to see Robotech for the first time, which was called Macross in Italian. And nonetheless, all of this stuff is concept work. All this artwork you're seeing here is concept artwork that was put together and turned into illustrations from a video game I was working on, which later then became a comic book effort for the world of Ardor. And these are all scenes and ideas and concepts that don't necessarily make it into the book all the time, or that will make it into the book, but I wanted to be able to have something to sell while I was working on this comic book here. Issue 1's out. Issue 0 sold out already. That's not going to get reprinted. And then here's some other ones here. There's a couple of newer ones that I did. And then some older work too. This one here, City 1 and City 2, Night and Day, were the original illustrations I did that kind of kickstarted everything. And then this is a bit of art that I have. I bring this around because this is for a role-playing game, a board game called Pure that I'm working with Brass Engine Games. I've talked about this before. I've shown this to you guys before in an earlier video. So I brought it back out. The reception has been really great. People have been really liking the artwork, liking the idea. And I'm hoping this will be something that will actually materialize sometime around 2023. I will post up, you can go on social media and find it, but there is a QR code here at the end. If you screenshot it, you can go to it, or however, actually, I don't know how that's going to work, but there's the URL there if you want to try and find it. Otherwise, this is my booth. Wish me luck, and I'm going to call it a night for tonight.